Abobaku, born to die with the king. Episode 8, The Chains of the Ancestors. The elephant had slept, never to rise again. No fever, no stomach ache, no pain. One moment he was there, draped in his coral beads. The next he had crossed the river into the land of the ancestors. It was the Abobaku who first knew. He alone slept closest to the king. And when the dawn cock crowed and the elephant's eyes remained shut, it was his own trembling hands that confirmed the coldness of the king's body. But instead of raising the alarm, instead of calling the guards and wives, he packed his belongings in silence. Cowries, silver, clothes, and with quick steps, before the palace stirred, he fled toward Iko, the city of many faces. Enit ebodosa lori oju ono. Ki aemope agbra oron enbo. He who thinks the road is free forgets the sky still has power. Oyo without its king. When the wives found the elephant lifeless, their cries filled the air. The royal courtyard became a river of wails. The chiefs gathered. The elders spoke. The people of Oyo beat their chests in sorrow. Tradition was clear. The king could not walk alone into the afterlife. The Abobaku, sworn by blood and destiny, must follow him, as shadow follows body. But when they sent for him, he was nowhere to be found. They searched the palace, empty. They checked the courtyards, nothing. They waited for a day, then two. By the third day they knew he had run. At first the elders were shocked. Never had such a thing happened in Oyo. But as days passed, they grew certain of one thing. Though his legs carried him away, the gods had already tied his soul to Oyo. Editi ebofaya nigba oru, owuro erufonon. The chicken that plays at night will wake trembling in the morning. The Babalawo and the Ofos. On the third night before the king's burial, the Babalawo was summoned. With the elders, he entered the ancient grove, a place older than Oyo itself. There, beneath the Iroko, lay the Ofos, the spiritual gun that bound oaths. They brought it out with care. Its wood darkened with age. Its surface tied with cowries, feathers, red cloth, and iron. It was no weapon of men, but of spirits. And it had only one purpose: to summon the soul that had turned from its path. The drummers began. Their talking drums spoke not to ears, but to spirits. The Babalawo raised the Ofos to the heavens, his chants rolling like thunder. Abobaku, son of oath and shadow, the earth has opened her mouth for two, but you have given her one. Return. Return to your destiny. The Ofos fired, not bullets, but smoke. A dark cloud burst forth, thick as storm. Rising, curling, and traveling like a serpent over forest and river. From Oyo to distant Iko. The Abobaku in Iko. Meanwhile, in the bustling heart of Iko, the Abobaku wandered. His mind was breaking. Every street corner looked like the elephant's palace. Every stranger's voice carried the sound of Oyo. He shouted at traders, accusing them of stealing his yams. He sang royal praise names in the market square. Children mocked him, following and chanting Wa. Wa. Madman. But it was not madness. It was the rope of destiny tightening around his soul. For indeed, ki ide to mosai solo, imi ritiide ibit yuko. Before the body runs, the spirit has already reached its end. Then the cloud of the Ofos struck. The Abobaku froze in the market. His mouth gaped wide, his eyes bulged in terror. He heard whispers, voices not of men, but of ancestors buried deep in Oyo's red earth. Come home. Come home. Your shadow waits beside the king. He staggered. He screamed. Every street turned into a courtyard of the palace. Every tree became the pillars of the elephant's hall. There was no Iko anymore, only Oyo in disguise. The mighty wind. And then it came. A mighty wind, not of nature but of spirits. It rose from Oyo like the breath of 1,000 ancestors. It swept across villages, forests, rivers, and reached Iko with a roar. The people of Iko looked up, startled. As dust and leaves whirled into the sky, they swore later they saw something impossible. A man lifted by the wind itself. It seized the Abobaku, snatching him from the ground like a goat taken by a hawk. His wrapper flapped in the air. His limbs thrashed helplessly. His mouth opened wide in a scream that was swallowed by the storm. Up, up, higher he rose. Beyond the rooftops, beyond the marketplace. Beyond even the four corners of Iko. Itubosera Loron, Alezen Enayu Pari Iron Ohori. The bird that flies without wisdom will end its journey on bare ground. And the people who saw it trembled. Some crossed themselves. Some fell flat on the earth. Some whispered that the spirits of Oyo had come to reclaim their own. But whether he would return alive, or as a spirit bound forever, none could say. The drums of Oyo still beat. The king still waited. The land still held its breath. To be continued.